I wish I could follow with such an exciting speech with such another exciting speech, but this is going to be more informative. And the value of knowing the Toastmasters education program has already been seen and demonstrated for us tonight, because we've already talked about CCs and DTMs and a lot of fun little acronyms that I imagine our guests are clueless about, and a lot of our newer Toastmasters probably have no idea either. These acronyms that we're discussing are talking about the education program in Toastmasters. And I pass out in front of you just the high-level overview of how that works. Now, there's two tracks that go along with it. There's the communication track and the leadership track. Toastmasters is highly known for the communication side, and that's usually what people talk about and what they dive right into right when they get involved. And that starts with the Competent Communicator Manual. But I want to tell you right off the bat that the leadership side I have found in my personal experience to be even more rewarding than the communication side. It's opened up a viewpoint of just how business is done, how good this organization is, how widespread this organization is, and how it's all connected just by participating in that. And a lot of you have esteemed high positions in different organizations, so you can see how Toastmasters is run, and that blueprint is something that you can take with you to help enhance the organizations that you're working with. Because it's an excellent business model. We're in 116 different countries around the world. We're a huge organization, so we've gotten that way by doing this format. So let's dive right into it a little bit. Some of you are probably familiar with the beginning step of the communication track, the Competent Communicator Manual. That consists of 10 speeches. There are 10 modules. Each one of them is focusing on a different element of public speaking. First one, of course, is the icebreaker, just to get you used to being up here on the stage and talking to people. Then it goes into speech writing, how to craft your speech in terms of the structure, how to use the correct language, how to speak in a language that's going to connect with your audience. Then we start moving into elements of the performance of your speech, movement around the stage, how to use gestures in your speech, your vocal variety. And then it talks about different types of speeches, like using visual aids to provide information, and then inspiration that you can deliver a message and encourage people to act. Those are all elements of that Competent Communicator Manual, and that's what helps you get to that first level of competency in the communication track. Now, if we move forward from that, we get to the Advanced Communicator Bronze. You'll see that's the second tablet of the communication track at the bottom there. Now, with this, we kind of move to a different format. Toastmasters has the 10 modules for the original speaking, just kind of get you familiar, dip your toe in the water. Now is where we get specific to you. Each of us joined Toastmasters for a reason. We all probably have a different career and things that we're focused on. And this is where Toastmasters speaks to us individually. There are 15 advanced manuals. I'm going to read off the list of them for you just so you can hear them. But each one may or may not specifically appeal to you in your chosen profession. And that's kind of the idea, is you can start to really sharpen your skills towards a specific focus. So the 15 manuals are the entertaining speaker, speaking to inform, public relations, facilitating discussions, specialty speeches, speeches by management, the professional speaker, technical presentations, persuasive speaking, communicating on video, storytelling, interpretive reading, interpersonal communication, special occasion speeches, and humorously speaking. Now, to start to progress through the advanced communication tracks, you don't have to do all these manuals to get the next award. Each manual consists of 5 speeches specifically focusing on that subject matter. And it usually dives into different elements of it. Like, I can give you an example. I'm currently working on one, the storytelling manual, and there's 5 different types of stories that it teaches you. The personal story, the humorous story, the story with a moral, different elements of storytelling so that you have the broad focus, but it helps you get a taste of each element of that. So if you, say, wanted to read at a library to children, you'd have some experience in how to deliver these types of speeches and what to look for. So in the Advanced Communicator Bronze, the elements of that to achieve that award is, first you have to have completed your Competent Communicator Award, and then you'll have to do 2 of those advanced manuals. So you'll do another 10 speeches. You'll have done 20 speeches total at that point, but then you'll have to be more focused and more targeted. And that will get you your Advanced Communicator Bronze Award. So then, if you continue forward through that track, you have eligible to participate for the Advanced Communicator Silver Award. That's the one I'm currently working on. I'm progressing. My goal this year is to become a DTM. So that's my focus right now is, again, you have to do 2 more. So 2 additional advanced manuals. So I've done the speaking to a forum and I'm almost in the storytelling. Once I've done them, then I have to do 2 speeches in what's called the Better Speaker series or the Successful Leadership series. The Successful Leadership example of that is what I'm doing right now, just talking about the educational program. And they have a lot of different options of what you can talk about. Some involve, say, if you're starting to learn how to evaluate, there's a module here where somebody can teach you how to evaluate to motivate. There's different elements that you can focus on these where you're giving a presentation that helps enhance the Toastmasters Club on specific skills. So you've done your Advanced Communicator Bronze, 2 additional manuals from the advanced manuals, and then the 2 projects from either the Better Speaker or the Successful Club Leadership, and that will qualify you for your Advanced Communicator Silver. Now, as you see on the bottom there's one more, the Advanced Communicator Gold Award, which again, you have to have completed the Advanced Communicator Silver, and then 2 additional advanced manuals. So at this point now, you've done 10 speeches for the Competent Communicator, 10 speeches for the Advanced Communicator Bronze, 10 more speeches for the Advanced Communicator Silver, and then to get the Gold, you'll do another 10, and that's 2 other advanced manuals. So you'll have to have given 40 speeches in Toastmasters, which, as you've gone and seen, some of you have delivered a lot of speeches, that sharpens your speaking skills just because of the repetition of how much you've had to practice just to get to that point. So then, in addition to that, you have to do what's called the Successful Leadership or the Success Communication series. These are actually larger programs designed to start talking and teaching people about how to do larger elements of speaking, like how to hold a youth leadership program or how to hold a speech craft where you're teaching people the elements of creating speech. So it's a bigger project, and it gets you much more exposure and much more leadership opportunities in your public speaking. And then in addition to that, the one last element of the Advanced Communicator Gold is you have to mentor a new member through their first 3 speeches. So that's the communication side. So there's a lot to it there, and you can see if you go all the way to the Advanced Communicator Gold, you've definitely become an advanced communicator. It's an excellent program that has sharpened your skills. But again, I want to talk about the leadership track too, because that's actually what I think is even more beneficial to everyone, because it can widen your perspective not only about who you can talk to and the messages you can deliver, but also teaches you about how you can influence other people and encourage them in their growth. Because from your growth, directing and pulling them to grow, you have a magnifying effect of how much influence you can have. So if you look at the top part there, the first part is the Competent Leader. So there's actually 10 modules in this book as well, but it's a little different from the Competent Communicator. You don't have to do these in order. You can kind of mix and match these. And each module focuses on like an element of leadership. For example, the 4th module in it is the timing element. So in order to complete that, you have to be a timer, and then you have to do another meeting role, say grammarian or something like that. And the idea behind it is you're focusing on how to be better with timing in the timer role and the grammarian role. And there's other elements too, like learning how to run a speech contest. That's part of the modules in there too. And that just gives you experience with how to coordinate large events. So there's a lot of extra leadership skills that you're not up here on the podium delivering, but it gives you those behind the scenes things that help in order to put this meeting together so that we can all benefit and learn. There's a lot of different things that have to go right. And you don't see those. They're all done behind the scenes, usually in preparation. But those are the skills that help us in life, because an ounce of preparation can make a huge difference in everything that we do. So there's 10 leadership projects in addition into the Competent Leader Manual. Once you finish that, you will receive the CL Award, and you can start doing the Advanced Leader Awards. So in order to get the Advanced Leader Bronze, which is the second part of the leadership track, you'll have to have completed the Competent Communicator Award, the Competent Leader Award, and you'll have to have served 6 months or a 1-year term as a club officer in which you've been a part of the club success plan and participated in club officer training. And the beauty of this is it teaches you how to participate in a group organization, planning for the future and preparing how to benefit those members for the whole year. So it's excellent process in learning how the business end behind the scenes works. And then you also have to do 2 presentations from the Successful Club series or the Leadership Excellence series that you would, similar to what you had done in the Advanced Communicator Silver. The last step of the leadership track is the Advanced Leader Silver Award. I just finished this one recently. You have to have served as a district officer, which is either area level, division level, district level, one of those roles. and usually that's a year-long term as well. Area governor, for example, is usually the one that people will participate in. And to do that, you'll have generally 5 clubs, and you'll have to visit them twice a year and go to district meetings. It's really not as big of a role as you'd think, but it will definitely widen your horizons. And you also, to achieve the advanced leadership, you have to have sponsored, mentored, or coached a club, helping them achieve the success in the Distinguished Club program that we have in Toastmasters. And the final element of it is the High Performance Leadership Project, which is essentially you're going outside of Toastmasters and you're putting together an event or a project. You're going to be the one leading it. You're going to put together a team of people who are following your vision, mission, and core values, and you're going to guide that through success, having mentors helping you along the process. So that's a high dose of leadership right there, giving you real life experience that you can then take back to your workplace. And a lot of people in Toastmasters now have the careers or the jobs that they've decided they want to have because the organizations they work for created the positions for them because they realize that these people are out there figuring out what's valuable to them and building leadership structures around it and running it and making it happen. So just by participating in these programs, it can really push you to step outside your comfort zone and get a lot of success, not only in Toastmasters itself, but in your life, in your goals, your personal goals. So once you've completed the Advanced Leader Silver and the Advanced Communicator Gold, you'll be the Distinguished Toastmaster, which you'll see is the highest level of educational achievement in Toastmasters. So that's the end of my speech. I'm going to wrap up. I know I'm a little over time, but I'd like to do a Q&A question and answer session in case you guys, because I realize that's a brief overview of a lot of different things in a short period of time. So please let me know, if you have any questions about your personal experience or anything. Go ahead.
My question would be, can you do these 2 tracks at the same time, or do you have to wait and do one and then do the other?
That's an excellent question. You can absolutely do both tracks at the same time. In fact, if you've done a speaker role already in a meeting, you have done part of the Competent Leader Manual because the speaker role is part of some of those modules. So if you're not getting credit for it and you've done it, you should go back and make sure that, if somebody who is there at that meeting and it's been within a year of that time, they can evaluate you for that role in your Competent Leader Manual so you can get credit for that. Because you're already doing the work, you might as well get credit for it as well. An example would be everybody who's doing a role tonight, Toastmaster of the Day, speaker, anything, you can get credit in your CL manual for the role you're already doing tonight. Graham?
That's what I need help in too. I should have already been competent leader. I just did not know how to do more about it. Now, I need some help.
That's great. I understand. That's the problem we see the most in Toastmasters, is that there's all kinds of people who have probably already achieved or done all the work to achieve their Competent Leader Award and just have not gotten credit for it because they did not know. They thought either that they had to do the Competent Communicator and then the Competent Leader, or they just had no idea about the leadership program at all because they got their manuals, nobody ever walked them through it or told them how it works. But they've been redesigning the CL manual, or the Competent Leader Manual, as much as possible recently to show a chart in the very beginning or it's in the very back. Some versions it's front, some versions it's back. But it shows you in a very big overview for each of those 10 modules what roles have to be done and how many. So they try and simplify it for you so it's not as complicated, it's easier to follow. But again, we have mentors available to you in Toastmasters. This is an excellent opportunity to use them. Get together with them, have them sit you down and walk you through each of those things so that you understand what you need to do and make sure you're getting evaluated and getting credit for those roles.
John, this is actually not a question, but this might help with your presentation. If you could just open these out, because they are actually the charts that this club will be using this year for all of our members. Carla, you might want to help them. There's a little call curled up.
These are excellent.
Yes, those are charts that Toastmasters
This is something Toastmasters provides, and the idea behind it is you list your members' names here and you can track as they achieve their awards. Now, it's also on the club website.
Yes.
You can set it up on the website as well, where you can see where your status is towards these different goals. Now, this is the Competent Communicator one. There's one for the Competent Leader as well. So, and then I think there's an advanced one.
Yeah, it should be the blue.
Yes, advanced communication as well.
Yes.
So they're all here, and your club VP, Donna, will be in charge of helping you through this process. She's got the toughest job in Toastmasters, but she's there to help you, and she's more than willing to make sure that you're getting credit for all you're doing, because it benefits everybody in the club for you to succeed as well. All you got to do is reach out and ask if you have questions. Do we have any other questions?
What's the typical pace that people progress and how far do people typically go?
That's an excellent question. So what I've seen in my experience, the majority of people, what they do is they achieve the Competent Communicator Award generally within a year's time frame, and then that's it. That's all they do. And it's so disappointing to me because I saw this organization as what it is. The more you put in and the faster you want to go, the faster you'll get out and the more you'll get out. It is all up to you. It is self-paced. I did my Competent Communicator and my Comp Leader within 1 year. I did a lot of district roles. I've done my advanced leadership very quickly. I've just now going back to really hammer through my Competent Communicator or my communication track. But I will tell you, it's the beginning of the Toastmasters year. I've really started focusing on it for about 2 or maybe 3 months. I finished my Advanced Leader Silver Award already within that 3-month time frame. I'm about to finish my Advanced Communicator Silver on Monday. I'm getting a speech Saturday and a speech Monday, so I'll wrap that up. And then my goal is to get the Advanced Communicator done within the next 2 months or so. So that's 10 speeches, but I'm just going to keep visiting clubs and giving speeches, and I'll get credit and move along very quickly doing that. So again, it's all